Hey, YouTube. This is so weird. But, so I was laying in bed in the dark crying about my cat because she died. And this was a while back. Sorry if I look crazy. It's fine. But anyway, just. So, I was just in bed talking to myself because I do this all the time. I just talk to myself at night. And sometimes I have visions, okay? And like when I was talking to myself. So I grieve sometimes when I'm just lying in bed, just thinking in the dark. And I was just thinking about all of my animals that died. And I was thinking about how much I loved them. And I was thinking about how my cat Bella was like my cat wife. Kinda. Because like every time I would like, I know this is weird. Shut up. But anyway, like every time, I would be lonely and like cry, and I had really bad depression for a while. And I would like isolate myself, and I didn't have a job, so it was real bad. But my cat was always there for me, and I would always talk to her about all my problems. Even though she's a cat, she would just put her paw on me like this and look me right in my eyes, like she knew. And I know she did, because I played pretend, and I made sure, to have her replies in my thoughts. I know that's weird. I am a weird girl, okay? Let's just not talk about it. But, so I was just laying in bed. And this is significant to me because it felt like the universe had an explosion. Oh, a bug just flew in my eye. I hate that. See, sometimes the universe be doing that. I just send you a fucking explosion or a bug in your eye. It's fine. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was thinking about my cat, and like I just had like this vision pop in my head of like this weird little cat creature. It wasn't in my head. It was like I could see it. I'm a weird girl, okay? I don't have schizophrenia, I promise. It's just I get visions at night sometimes. And that's okay. It's just, I guess you could call it my imagination, but I just call it visions because I think it's more complex than just my imagination. I feel like imagination is like a piece of God. And like when you see these images, it's God creating, sort of. But anyway, so I literally had that vision, and then I was thinking that I feel. And then the lightning cracked really, really loud, and it just felt like the universe exploded. Because I feel like it was significant because it's like the universe is feeling through me. I don't know. And then I got the vision because I guess that was a connection between me and my cat. And maybe we both feel through like energy and emotion or something. I don't fucking know. I'm just a really weird girl, okay? I'm starting to realize how weird I really am. And that's okay. It's okay that you realize how weird you really are, because at the end of the day, everybody's weird. Everybody's weird. Who's normal? Where's all the normal people? They don't exist, because what is normal, bro? Normal doesn't exist. Normal doesn't exist. How come from this angle I don't look like I got circles, but like from this angle, you can see like what the fuck? See what I'm saying? Like, what do you see what I'm saying? Like right here, I don't got the circle, right? And then when I go down, all of a sudden I got circle. What the fuck? I hate this shit. Look at them freckles. But yeah, that's what I went through tonight. Grieving and my visions. This is a very intimate moment, okay? I don't just share this with anybody. I'm sharing this with the whole universe, YouTube. Why? I don't know. I just felt the urge to do it because it felt strange. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about. I get a lot of visions. Sometimes it's when I go to sleep. Sometimes I'll have a lot of visions, like, while I'm falling asleep. Sometimes I'll have, like, just epiphanies, and I'll just be like, what the hell? And then I'll wake up and go, what the fuck was I just thinking? And then sometimes in my dreams, the dreams will feel like a whole nother reality. Oh, then my ears started ringing. What does that even mean? Why has my ear started ringing randomly? My ear never rings. What is that? What does that mean? It means something. I just don't know what it is. I swear to God, it means something sometimes. But yeah. My poor nose. What is this angle? Angle really makes a little difference, doesn't it? We go this angle, then we go this angle, and this angle. See how different each angle is in this one, and then there's this one, and this one, and this one, and that one. Why is there so many different angles? Okay. Yeah, that's what happens when I grieve about my cat. Oh. Now my nose is all congested because I was crying about my cat and my dogs that died. What is this life? You know, and then I was also crying about my old best friend that I haven't talked to because maybe I shouldn't talk about that. Something really bad happened to her lover. And she was just so sweet. I don't understand. You know, I just don't understand. And then I was also crying about this little chick in Hawaii. This little chick. It was like a baby chicken. Some girl, you know, started feeding it and watering it. And then I put it on my head and we started, you know, playing with it. It was so sweet and cute. And then I remember, like, a week went by, I never saw it again until I looked on the side of the road and it was squished by a car. I cried about that too. Because what do you mean? What do you mean, God, that you're gonna do that? Because something in me, you know, was telling me to take that chicken home. And I didn't do it. Something in me was telling me that, you know, once you make this chicken, you know, disconnected to humanity, it's never gonna be the same. And I knew it. The chick that was fucking making it, you know, more docile, it was her fault. I thought it was a bad idea. And I knew it. That fucking chicken died. He was looking for us. I swear to God he was. And he got hit by a car and died. It's awful. I remember I saw him and I said, oh no, that better not be the chick. But I knew it was. Because we didn't see him ever again. And it was a black chick. There was only one black chick that I saw there in Hawaii. And he was dead on the side of the road. He was squished. He was flattened. I was like, wow. Life really is fleeting. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know who's gonna die. You never know. You never know if you're gonna die. One day I had a fucking tremor or a seizure or something at the gym. Because I was I was doing my stretches and I hang down. You know, I do dead hangs on the monkey bars or whatever. And, like, I felt my spine. It started feeling weird. And then, like, my head started feeling weird. And I started feeling lightheaded. But I didn't get down because I wanted my spine to stretch. And, like, I had a fucking seizure. And my friend was with me. But she didn't see it. But, like, I couldn't control my movements. Or I had, like, a tremor or something. I've never had one ever in my whole life. And it was because of my spine. And I was like, dude, you never know when you're going to die. You could die at the gym. I'm not even joking. You could die at the gym and not even know. Isn't that crazy? I almost died at the gym like twice now. Because the first time, I was doing really heavy weights, and then I thought I put the weights down correctly on the bar, and I didn't, and then my spine started going backwards with the really heavy weights, and I almost paralyzed myself completely, and I didn't go to the doctor, because I didn't talk to my mom at the time, because she was with a man that I fucking hated. I hated him at the time because he would... Do I have to go into detail? He would, like, growl at me. And he was like this country hick guy. And he would growl at me when I would come home. And he would have a gun in his hand. Who's there? Like that. With a gun. Who do you think it is? It's me, your stepdaughter. Let me in my own fucking house. And that's why I'd always have nightmares about this man. Because I was scared. The end. I was just scared. Because that's scary. Not only that. Oh, not only that. When I got my first boyfriend, I remember my boyfriend was there at the time, but he would like go into these weird trances and like come by my door and just stand there. Like, what the fuck? And my boyfriend was there at the time, and, like, he was just, like, standing there and just, like, in a drug-induced trance. Because he did drugs at the time. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But, yeah, like, why are you standing by my door? Huh? I don't know. There's just a bunch of weird stuff. And I lived with that man for 8 years. 8 years of nightmares. 8 years of petrified scaredness. And, yeah. That's really it, kinda. And that's the truth. Sorry if you ever see this video, but I don't hate you. That's how it was. That's just the reality that I was living in. Nothing ever happened. but still, it's pretty weird. Not only that, sometimes I would go in his car because he'd take me to school because I was in high school, and he would like pretend to get in a crash. He would like swerve the car to scare me, like we're gonna get in a crash. I'm like, okay, you know, what am I gonna do? Am I just gonna roll out of the car? No, I'm just gonna sit here. If I die, I guess I'm dead. Guess you're coming with me. Ha! That's really it. But that's it. And as we speak, I'm seeing a little face. And this is significant because I don't know if that's a sign or what. It is a little beak. You see the little beak? Look at the shadow of my finger. The little beak. And then the eye right there. And then the eyebrow and the little fur right here and the long mouth. You see it? And the long eyebrows and bald head right there. You see it? That is significant to me because I feel like if my stepdad watched this video, he'd probably be like, what the fuck? And that signifies him if he saw this video. And that's how my mind works. I know, I'm crazy. But that's the reality I'm living in. Do you see it? If you see it, that's a piece of the Lord. That God particle. It's called imagination. And imagination tells you a lot. Even if you don't think that it does. And I know that sounds real weird. But I'm a real weird chick. And you know, as we're talking right now, you see it, right? The eye right there. Here's the little eye and the little fur and the long mouth, the little beak-looking mouth. There's a bottom. Here's the top. The little nostril. You see it? And the little other nostril. Then here's the other half of the eyebrow right there. And then here's the other eyebrow. You see it now? And the little ear right there. And the cone head. Now he's got a cone head at this point. He's my little buddy. But yeah. That's what I'm looking at while I'm making this video, honestly. Because that's weird. Why does he look like that? Sometimes I'll just see things in, I know the human brain is meant to do that, but like, is it though? That's the question. Oh, the face changed. Uh-oh. Now I saw a completely different thing in the pillow. I saw a gorilla. I saw a gorilla. I'm not even joking. Like, the fur turned into a gorilla. It's a deformed gorilla, okay? So here's the top. And then there's the nose right there. And then there's a gorilla snout. You see it? 1, 2. Here's 1 eye, 2 eye. He looks kind of stoned. And then he's got the gorilla hair. You see it? A little monkey hand. Oh, monkey. Oh. And then there's that other face right there again. So it's like right underneath. 1, 2. Gorilla eye. Gorilla nose. It's a little deformed, but that's okay. Nobody's perfect on planet Earth. But yeah. That's weird. Why am I so weird? That's weird. I think I need to go to bed. I think I'm real weird. I think I need to just I don't know what I need to go to bed. Maybe that's what I need. I'm fine though. I don't know. I'm okay though. Just weird memories and weird ideations and weird thoughts, grieving. That's what I'm going through right now. And that's okay, you know. Everything's fine. I'm fine. And I know you might think I'm not, but I am. I'm actually fine. Because if I wasn't, then I wouldn't be here. And that's the beauty of it. We're all fine. We're all fine. Even if we're depressed, we're actually fine. Because we're still here. And that's the way you gotta see it sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta go like this. I'm still here. And then I might suffer a little bit. And that's okay, because that's life sometimes. Sometimes you gotta grieve and suffer. You know? Just let it all out. Just cry. Scream. Just don't hurt anybody. And don't disrupt anybody's peace and happiness. That's my 2 cents. Because I've done that in the past, and it just brings you more chaos. All you gotta do is be at peace and let other people live, and don't ruin their mojo. I'm at peace. I'm in peace. I'm in peace. And that's all you gotta do sometimes. Sometimes if you're not at peace, just do that. Maybe you feel better after. Who knows? I'm at peace. I know there's gonna be a lot of people thinking I'm crazy. But that's normal. I've gotten that for a long time. I've always thought I was crazy. Even when I was 2 years old, I thought I was crazy. I'm not even going to talk about this. Well, I thought I saw ghosts at night when I was 2. But I don't talk about that no more. Because, like, the particles at night, they look like ghosts that try to eat me. And I know that's real freaky, but that's why I am the way that I am today, because I'll never forget that. You'll never forget that. Yeah, you'll never forget that. And you'll never forget a lot of things. This world is very spiritual. It's a very spiritual world that we live in. A very spiritual reality. And if you don't grasp that, then you need to open your eyes. Because this reality isn't just what you see, it's what you feel. It's what you think. How you feel and how you think directly correlate into the 3D realm. So in other words, if you always think negatively, you're going to have a more negative experience. If you always think positively, you're going to have a more positive experience, because how you feel directly correlates to your thought processes. Fix your inside, and then your outside will be fixed as well. That's the reality. Love is the answer to happiness. Love everyone you encounter, even if they're an asshole. Why? Because there's not enough fucking love in this fucking world. There really isn't. Love your own enemies. Because why have enemies when you could just be happy? And that's what I think. I think everybody needs to shut up and just get along and be happy. That's all I want for this world. Are we gonna get it? No. But at least I'm realistic. I'm not that crazy. Okay. Now I feel like the only way we could have that is if we were a really close-knit community, and we'd have to have a lot of plants. Why? Because in order to have a close-knit community, there can't be a lot of technology, there can't be a lot of machinery. We all would have to work together to survive. Like a tribe. And that's how I see the people at work. I see them as a piece of my tribe. Because after you get to know them, they honestly become a piece of your tribe, because that's the people you spend the most time with. That's the people you work with to survive. That's the people that you talk to the most. That's the people that you see the most. That's your tribe. I'm in a tribe. A tribe of people that work for a living. And I love them all, even the ones I don't talk to. Even if it doesn't feel like I do. Because, you know what? Why not? That's my reality. Why not? You know, even if someone's grouchy, I don't care that much. Go ahead, bitch. Be a bitch and then be nice. Because, you know, everyone's got their moments. I know I do. Sorry. Still love ya. Bye. But yeah, that's really it. I don't know. I did a lot in this video. I talked about a lot, and I cried a little. I cried like a baby, a weenie baby. I'm not a weenie baby. I'm not a weenie baby. I'm not a weenie baby. I'm imagining if an Asian person saw me and they never saw nobody like me before and they just looked at me like this. Why am I imagining that? I don't know. I'm not stoned. That's not the answer. That's not the answer. I'd be talking like I'm stoned. But I'm not. I've been talking like I am, though. That's crazy. There needs to be more love in this world. Love will create harmony. Why? Well, because love is the law of attraction. To love will always bring you back the love that you gave out into the universe, even if you didn't do anything, even if you just thought of it and had fantasies about it and loved every moment of your daydream. It'll come back. That's what's been happening to me. I've been daydreaming all day and I've been having things happen. And guess what? It doesn't happen the exact way I think of it, but then again it kind of does in some weird way. And it's not a bad thing because it has to do with flirting. I'm not going to go into detail, but there's been some flirting going on. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it because love. Well, I'm not saying I'm in love or anything, but I love, and it's that easy. Humans are easy. I just have feelings and I express them. And that's how I express my feelings. I love everything. Why? Because why not? Everything is a piece of myself. Why? Because it exists. And so do I. That's my philosophy on it. You know, everything exists and so do I. And everything's a piece of yourself, like if you really think about it, because we're all energy, you know, we're all energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. So we're just an ever-changing energy. The God particle energy is one with all that is. And all that is imagination, thoughts, and feelings. And the 3D realm, which is the fantasy of the Lord. I feel like I'm living in the Lord's fantasy. Not in a bad way. Well, sometimes. Nobody said the Lord was always nice. The Lord's kind of a bitch sometimes. Oh, like what happened with my friend, oh god. She got 2 things happening with her car negatively in like 2 days, poor girl. It's awful. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, sometimes that shit happens. Nobody said the Lord was always nice. But sometimes life just be like that. And that's okay. It makes life a little spicy. It's like seasoning. You know, seasoning for the good and bad moments. You know, I've had a lot of bad moments. I'd say the majority of my life was bad moments. But now that I'm getting older and more mature, and now that I understand that love is the answer to happiness, I'm trying my best to move with love for everything. Why? Because love is beautiful. And when you look at things with love, they always become beautiful. So it's literally impossible to have an ugly life when you love everything around you. That's my philosophy. Always love one another. If you don't know what love is, that's a difficult thing to explain. That's not even, if you don't know what love is, then it's inexplicable. But it feels happy. In a good way, not in a bad, evil way, but in a happy, peaceful way. Like everything's okay. And nothing is bad, no drama. Just peace. You know? Just peace. Life is good. Even when I'm at work, I don't really dread going to work. Even though sometimes I have stressful days and sometimes things don't go the way you expect. It's okay, because tomorrow's a new day. What's gonna happen tomorrow? Nobody knows. Could be something great. Could be something weird. Could be something nasty. Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice to have in my reality. Something nasty. Yeah. I'm bad. I need to shut up. Why am I on here? I guess I just wanted to let go of my grief. And my weird brain. You know, because I have a weird brain and it just thinks a lot of thoughts, and I see visions and, you know, faces and things, and I feel like I don't really talk to people about that. It's just, you know, it seems crazy sometimes. You know, I know when I talk to my mom about this stuff, sometimes she thinks I'm a little crazy. But that's okay. She gave birth to me. Who's crazy now? Mom. You know, I want, like, there's this filter I'll never forget on what is it? On TikTok, that you can have like this red auburn hair, like this, not like a orange, but like a auburny red, like a really pretty auburn color, and like it changes your eyes to green, and then nothing else changes except your lips turn a little more red. And I'll never forget how good I looked with that filter on. I looked like a bit of a boy, because I do kind of a little, like I see it. And imagine like the auburn hair, the green eyes, and a little bit of red lips, like with no makeup on. That'd be so pretty. If I was a boy, with that, I'd be in trouble. I'd be in trouble. No, I got, you know, maybe I should dye my hair that color. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Dye my hair the auburny color. That would be kind of cool. Auburny red. Oh my god. Auburny red. With the freckles? Because redheads and freckles go hand in hand. Like, I've noticed that. Yes, I have. I've noticed that. Too bad I don't have green eyes. But I would rock it with the brown eyes anyway. And I could just put some red lip tint on and not wear makeup anymore. That would be great. You know, I need to grow out my bangs because I look better with the bangs, not like this. I just, like, you know, I look fine and all, but I like the bangs better. It gives my face more like a frame other than just, like, laying there. I don't know. But I'll never forget that. And I just, like, because I remember how good it looked. I was like, damn, if I was a boy, I would want that. I would. But, yeah, the black hair is fine, but, like, maybe I should do, like, auburny. Like an auburny color. Like an auburny red. Maybe that's my next hair color. Auburny red. With no makeup. Long bangs. Freckles. And a little bit of red lip tint. Maybe some eyelash extensions. Yeah, maybe I should invest in that. Eyelash extensions. Because, I mean, I barely have eyelashes. Like, what is that? I mean, I guess I could put mascara on. I never thought of that. Mascara! I forgot you existed. I don't use mascara. I only use eyeliner. Maybe I should try doing that. Just mascara and lip tint. Maybe a little bit of blush with the auburn hair. That would be pretty. Too bad I don't have green eyes. Or blue. I think the green would look better with the auburn, though. Blue, maybe that would look the best with the black hair. But I don't have blue eyes. And that's okay, because the brown looks good. I got brown skin, so the brown eyes make sense. Oh, man. Yeah, I need to figure that out. Yeah, because I'm imagining the, you know, what it would look like. I think that would look good. Maybe that'll be my next hair color. I gotta go do that. I gotta go do that. I gotta, like, bleach bath my hair. That way I could get it like an auburny. Like a dark auburn. Not like a light auburn, a dark auburn. Yeah. Not a light one. Dark auburn. Not too dark, though. Just, like, dark, though. That'd be pretty. With the freckles? Yeah. With the freckles. That would be good. And mascara. That's my plan. I think I made a plan now. Okay, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.